Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do my first ever review of someone's trophy list. So one of my wonderful subscribers named Ghost of Sekiro, I asked him if I could review his trophy list and he kindly agreed, and I'm really happy that he did because this is a very serious platinum trophy hunter. This guy, he lives for it. So we're on PSN Profiles looking at his account, and just to begin with, on the tagline you've got eat, sleep, game, repeat. You gotta love that. I love a lot of game series. My most ones are Resident Evil and Dynasty Warriors, and love me some Saints Row. So let's begin this by just looking at the stats at the top of the page. So on level 362 on PlayStation Network, and a total of 4,467 trophies, which is made up by 3,289 bronze, 875 silvers, 241 golds, and 62 platinums. So that is very impressive. And as you're going to see in this video, these aren't just any old platinums. These are some very serious platinums. So a couple of stats I've got here because I've been making notes on this profile. So in terms of the games, we've got 3 Assassin's Creed games in this collection. We've got a GTA game. We have got 3 Resident Evil games. And I believe we have 3 From Software games. So that is pretty cool. And I and him share 5 of the same platinums, which is hilarious because I thought I'd have none of my platinums will be on this list because these are some very difficult games. But I found 5 that I've also done, which made me very happy inside. And out of the 62 platinums, 16 of these are ultra rare platinum trophies, which equates to about 26% of the platinum list. So a quarter of this individual's platinums are ultra rare platinums, which is, very serious. Very, very serious. So at the top here, we've got 159 games played, 55 completed games, with a completion percentage of 66.44%, which I think is amazing. Personally, I don't put a lot into the whole completion percentage because a lot of games have DLCs. So if you want to get 100% in the game, you sometimes have to spend extra money on a DLC that might come way after you've completed a game. And I just think you don't have a lot of control over that percentage. For example, recently I finished Callisto Protocol. It was 100% completed, but then I think in January they released a DLC, so now it's gone down to like 98% completed. So yeah, I don't put too much into the completion rate. And then a whopping 4.7 trophies per day. That's insane. I mean, eat, sleep, game, repeat, right? And then in the top 18,000 of the country rank, which is the UK, I'm in the top 18,000 as well. We're kind of got similar numbers, but that's where the similarities end. So on this list, I've just got it filtered to just showing the platinum, so the platinum games. So let's go down to the bottom, and when you see the first game, it sets the tone for this person and his ambitions as a platinum hunter, and it sets the tone for this video. So this is the first platinum this person got on this account. The clue's in the name. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. And not only that, he got it in 1 week and 1 day. I mean, this is a very hard game. I think it's quite a unique From Software game. It's quite different to the Souls games. I've seen other people play it online, and I just know there's no point me even attempting a game like this. Forget the platinum. I don't think I'd ever actually complete the game. So that is very, very impressive. And not an ultra rare, surprisingly. Quite a lot of From Software games are not ultra rare, which is interesting. And then, so on to our first ultra rare platinum, we've got Warriors All Stars, which is a difficult game by all accounts. One thing you'll see when you look at this account and the types of games that Ghost of Sekiro plays is that they're very challenging, very difficult. There's quite a lot of combat fighting games in there. There's a lot of RPG action games where it's kind of relying on swords and stuff. It's not so much, third person shooters and first person shooters, which I have quite a few of, because killing enemies with a gun is a lot easier than parrying and using a sword, etc. So Warriors All Stars, very impressive game. And then The Order 1886, which I have to say, if you're a beginning platinum hunter and you're kind of not sure about what games to get into and you don't know if you can complete games, this is a great beginning platinum game. This, I think, was my third or fourth platinum actually as well. And I did it so he did it in a day in 21 hours, and I think I was the same. It took me about a day and a half. So, and it's a very good game, very good looking game as well. So that's definitely one to try if you're kind of beginning in this and you're watching this video. Then on to Neo, I think it's pronounced. Impressive platinum in a month and a half. All the 86 trophies. That's a lot of trophies for a platinum. And then onto his favorite games. One of his favorite game series is quite funny. I have 3 Resident Evil platinums. He has 3. None of the games are the same. It's quite funny. Resident Evil 0, which is really cool. And then the OG Resident Evil. Both were done in about 2 weeks. So really kind of quick turnaround on those. And I think they're both fixed camera, so that's quite impressive to deal with that if you're used to playing the new kind of remake versions of Resident Evil that really smooth, etc. And then the sequel, so Neo 2, which is a really good one. So I'm just checking my notes to make sure I don't miss any ultra rares. I'm going to hold this up. And then we've got onto Marvel's Avengers, which I know is quite a grind and kind of got mixed reviews. So to persevere with that one and get that done is pretty cool. Then we've got another ultra rare, which is Greedfall, done in 4 weeks and 4 hours. Really, really impressive. Very cool game. And then we've got Dead Rising 4, which is, according to PSN, a 6 out of 10. Which for average gamers like me means it's like a 7 or 8 out of 10, and takes about 150 hours. So that's a lot of perseverance. And then a game we share is, which probably the most common AAA game to have platinums for, which is Marvel Spider-Man. So really fun game, and probably from after all these intense platinums, you probably thought, I'm going to take a break, just swing around New York and collect photographs and all the other things you have to do as Peter Parker. And then Horizon Zero Dawn, really popular game. Obviously the sequel came out last year. This is a game that I started and then I didn't get into, and it's definitely one I should really go back to, because the sequel looks amazing. So then on to a very serious platinum, The Evil Within, 2 weeks, 6 days. This game is rated as a 9 out of 10 on PSN profiles. 9 out of 10. It takes about 50 hours, and I believe it has multiple playthroughs. So, I mean, yeah, and he just did it in 2 weeks and 6 days. Very impressive. Then we got Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, which is a really popular game. I understand it's a very underrated game, and I see it on sale quite a lot. It's one of those weird games where weird because I can't see it on the PS5, the PS Store on the PS5, but I can see on the app. And I've heard that there's bugs when you play on the PS5, so I think it's something you want to maybe play on the PS4. But I've heard great things about it, and all the gameplay I see on YouTube looks really cool. So that is a good one. Then on to Samurai Warriors 4, which is a ultra rare platinum and takes about 100 hours. So perseverance is a theme with Mr. Ghost of Sekiro. He is someone who perseveres and just grinds out these games. Very, very cool. And then we have Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends, which is another ultra rare platinum. Very cool. It's a game that I don't think I'd even attempt. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. Then we got Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. Again, just look at the turnaround times: 2 weeks, 2 days for Sniper Ghost Warrior contracts, 1 month, 2 weeks for Warriors Orochi 3, which is also an ultra rare platinum. Then we have our first Assassin's Creed on the list, which is Assassin's Creed Liberation. 3 days, 3 hours, just banged it out. I think this is a game that I own on the Vita. I think it's the only Assassin's Creed game on the Vita, and I don't have an Assassin's Creed Platinum because I played Odyssey about a year and a half ago, and it became so repetitive. And when certain games become repetitive, it just find it a real like slog to kind of just finish them and whatnot. So I do want to get an Assassin's Creed game on my list of platinums, but I've got Origins downloaded. Maybe I can try that. And then a game that we share for sure, which is Far Cry 3 Classic Edition. If you're looking for a straightforward platinum, i.e. an easy platinum, that's an open world first person shooter, you can't go wrong with the Far Cry games. I'm personally a huge fan of the Far Cry games. I think that they get they have an odd reputation online. I don't think everyone's a big fan and uses it as examples of where Ubisoft go wrong, but I really like them. You know what you're getting with Far Cry. You know, it's like the fast food of gaming. You know what you're getting. It will please you. Might not be good for you, but you know it's good at the time. And then Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires, 1 month, 3 weeks. This is an ultra rare as well, I believe. Yes, it is. 6 out of 10 difficulty and takes about 50 hours. Very impressive. Another impressive platinum. And then we have Rocket League, completed in 2 weeks, 4 days. And then, excuse me, I'm trying to scroll up, but my mouse is not working. And then we have Assassin's Creed Unity, 3 weeks, 4 days. Another good one. I think Unity, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the one based in Paris or London. I can't remember, but I remember it looking really cool. And then look at this for a platinum. Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 10, completed in 1 month, 1 week. This game has two things I want to point out, which is it has around 14 multiplayer trophies. So the platinum ranking I think was quite low. It's like 4 or 5 out of 10, which I don't understand, because if you're going online and fighting other people, you don't know how good they're going to be, and it could become a real slog and a real grind, you know. So, and also there was one trophy, there's a couple of trophies for something called an invasion mode, which apparently is something that happens for about a period of 24 hours, and it only happens every either few days or even every few weeks. So this is one of those things that you have to keep an eye out for, then go online when it's happening in that 24-hour period and then get your trophies. So absolutely very impressive to have a Mortal Kombat Platinum. I think that's really cool. Hats off to you, sir. Saints Row, again, I think we remembered at the top, it's one of his favorite game series, so Gat Out of Hell. I've actually never played a Saints Row game, so I think when I see one on PS Plus, I think I might have to just try it, because they look like they're kind of fun. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, is that the one with all the ships? Is that where they started bringing ships into the Assassin's Creed series? I'm not sure, I'm not very knowledgeable on them, but pretty good to get that done. Assassin's Creed games are can be quite grindy and stuff with collectibles and stuff, but they're probably good to play in between some of these tricky, difficult platinums that he's doing. Then you've got Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I know that's quite a fun, straightforward platinum, and a lot of people like that game. I couldn't get into it, but yeah, maybe it was the wrong time, maybe it was the timing. So, and then we have another Mortal Kombat 11. You know, this guy doesn't just platinum one game out of a series. He'll go back and do the sequel, do another one. You know, it's not like a one-off, like he just keeps going. It's pretty cool. And then we have Spider-Man Remastered on the PS5. Nice, you know, you took a break from all that intense Mortal Kombat fighting. You just did some swinging around. Wreckfest is a game I have downloaded off PS Plus, but I haven't done it because I think there's some multiplayer trophies that I think I'd feel like I'd have to boost, and I just can't. It's been a long time since I did boosting, and I was scarred by Doom Eternal, so I'm not sure if I can do that. But 1 week, 8 hours is really, really cool. And then we have Zombie Army 4, Dead War, 1 week, 3 days. Just dealt with it. And then Dead Rising 2 and Dead Rising 2 Off the Record. So these games are quite long and are rated at around 6 out of 10. Dead Rising 2 takes about 60 hours. So again, not quick platinums. These are really quite long games and with a high difficulty. So really impressive. And then we're on to Resident Evil 5, which I think actually me and you were talking about recently in the comment section. We were talking about what Resi games we both had to play in the build up to Resi 4. And I mentioned not doing Resi 5 because I thought it was just kind of co-op only. Like, you do need someone with you, but you advised me that, you can play solo and that I should do it. So that's definitely one that I'm going to do as after receiving encouragement from you. So that is a cool platinum to have. And then possibly the most popular platinum of 2022. Definitely the most popular game of 2022. So yeah, Elden Ring, 1 month, 2 days, done. No problem. Just dealt with it. I've got Elden Ring on disc and I'm just a total From Software coward. So it's hopefully one that I can try eventually. But that is really cool. You got that and just dealt with it. Zombie Army Trilogy. I don't know what this is, but it sounds pretty awesome. 1 week and 6 days. And then Remnant from the Ashes, I know, is a pretty difficult game. So that is a really cool platinum to have. Followed up by another very cool platinum to have, which is God of War. I know that this is a very popular platinum. I think I've had a lot of people tell me it's an easy, straightforward platinum. It's not to me. It just says it all. But yeah, I that's the game I can't platinum. I'll try and platinum Ragnarok, but yeah. So that is a pretty good one. Destroy All Humans, Clone Carnage. That's a good one. Good fun game to play. 4 days, 4 hours. Nicely done. And then Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts. I think you've done 2 earlier, so you've gone back and completed the first one, which is awesome. And then, he's playing all these fighting games. He's doing Mortal Kombat, etc. So it only makes sense that he goes for the best, the hardest one of them all, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I think, if you can handle Mortal Kombat, you can handle Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. So that is pretty cool, pretty good. Dead Island Definitive Edition, another one, Ghost of Sekiro, we were talking about online when I made the video about games I'm looking forward to. The sequel is out this year, so that should be pretty good. I think Dead Island has quite a few co-op trophies. So things like you've got to complete a certain amount of missions with at least 3 co-op partners. So things like that. I think there's another one you have to play with at least 10 different people for at least 15 minutes, something like that. So that's, it's definitely impressive that you did all those kind of that multiplayer grind and stuff. And then onto a classic. What an amazing game. I remember this GTA 3 was just mind-blowing when I first played it in the early noughties. Absolutely mind-blowing. Definitely a cool platinum to have, definitely. Strange Brigade. Don't know much about this one, but that again, 61 trophies, all done. 1 month and 3 weeks. And then Samurai Warriors 4211. This is a ultra rare platinum that needs 130 hours to complete. So that's so impressive. Hats off. Dead Island Riptide Definitive Edition. Nice. Another kind of sequel that you tackled. Saints Row the Third. Another sequel. And then Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. Completed in 5 months and 3 weeks. And this is cool. I think this is one of those Tom Clancy games you can do solo or co-op. So definitely a very impressive platinum. I definitely want to get more into these Tom Clancy games because they just look good. They look fun. And then, Saints Row 4 re-elected, of course, one of your favorite game series. So it's natural that you're going to keep playing those and getting platinums in those. So that is a good one. 71 trophies. That's quite a lot for a game. And then Spider-Man Miles Morales, very nice. A very popular platinum. Probably the second most popular AAA platinum after the original Spider-Man. Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, 4 days, 10 hours. I see this game a lot. When I go to In the UK, we've got CEX, which is a kind of second-hand video game computer exchange shop. I always see loads of these on the shelf. So I'm not entirely sure what that is, but it's definitely something to look into. And then back to the fighting games and Injustice 2, which is another very, very impressive platinum and an ultra rare platinum. All 75 trophies done. And again, 1 month, 2 days. Just deals with it. Samurai Warriors 5 WE. That is... No, I don't think that is an ultra rare, but that is another good one to have on the list. World War Z, I didn't really know about this game, but I was looking at the gameplay and it looks pretty good. I think it's a co-op only game. It is an ultra rare platinum. It's rated at difficulty 7 out of 10 and it takes around 150 hours. So again, such perseverance, really, really good. Onto a platinum that we both share, which is Batman the Telltale series, which is again, if you're a beginner trophy hunter and you just want to get into it, it's a good game to get. It's a very easy platinum. You can just get it by just playing the game, and it's pretty cool. It's like an interactive TV show almost. So I can see how you slip that in there after all these intense long grindy platinums. Then Tekken 7, so now you've got a platinum for Mortal Kombat, a platinum for Injustice, and of course naturally a platinum for Tekken, so that again is really cool. And then on to a game that I own actually and want to play, so Wolfenstein Youngblood, which is a sequel spin-off of the Wolfenstein series where you play as the main guy's twin daughters, I believe. And I think it's one of those games that is a co-op, but you can also play it solo. It looks pretty good. I like the graphics and the guns look really cool. And I'm still getting through the first one very slowly in the background. When I have nothing, when I don't know what I want to play, I kind of go back to Wolfenstein 1. But I definitely want to play Youngblood. So that's pretty cool. And the fact that you did it in 3 weeks, 2 days is quite encouraging. So it's hopefully not too much of a grind. And then another game we share that I think I did a platinum guide and review on, which is Gotham Knights, the most disappointing game of 2022, in my opinion. 1 month, 2 days. Yeah, that makes sense. It's it's a good game, straightforward platinum. Obviously, if you're a fan of Batman and that world, definitely play it for sure. Sniper Elite 4, which is an ultra rare and I think quite a difficult game from what I can see. Quite a lot to do, and you did it in a week and an hour, which again is very, very impressive. And then keeping up with the fighting theme, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is an ultra rare, and according to the PSN profiles, it takes 16 playthroughs. 16. And this dude did it in a week and 2 days. So, here's me moaning about my 4 or 5 playthroughs of a Resident Evil game with infinite ammo, etc. And this guy does an ultra rare fighting game. 16 playthroughs in a week and 2 days. So that is just insane. And then the final 2 games, one of which I have done, and that is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I kind of saw that you were playing that in January last month, getting ready for Survivor when that comes out. Obviously, very good game. And another one for beginner trophy hunters. I definitely recommend Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Firstly, it's just a very good game. Really good story, really well acted, really well done. And then in terms of a platinum, it's just a good, solid, fun platinum. Nothing's too difficult. It's a few little things that you'll keep an eye on for, but it's a really good one. And then we're kind of ending the platinum list the way we began it, with a very, very impressive From Software game, and that is Bloodborne. And again, 1 week, 2 days. It's just very impressive that to tackle such a difficult game and to do it so quickly. And also, it's not an ultra rare platinum. I was quite surprised. I think it's flagged as uncommon on PSN profile, so it's quite a popular one. And looking at Ghost of Sekiro's account, I know that right now he's working on Demon Souls, the remake on PS5. So he's on it with these From Software games. So there you have it. That is the trophy list review of the account Ghost of Sekiro. Thanks to you, dude, for letting me review your trophy list. And my final thoughts on it is this is a very serious platinum trophy hunter. This is the kind of trophy list I would aspire to have one day if I could. Just very difficult games. You clearly challenge yourself. You have a lot of stamina and perseverance to go through like multiple playthrough games and games that take hundreds of hours. You're clearly a very highly skilled player to be doing these fighting games online like Mortal Kombat, Injustice, etc., the Warriors games, and then of course the single player games like Bloodborne, Sekiro. Just, yeah, very impressive. High standard of games, difficult platinums, and just churning them out very, very quickly. Bloodborne in a week, etc., Sekiro in a week. So yeah, this is definitely a very inspirational trophy list. And yeah, I'm sure this year comfortably you're going to get to 100, which would just be amazing. It'll be very interesting to see which game you pick as your 100th platinum. But yeah, really great trophy list. I've really enjoyed reviewing it. So yeah, if you guys want to see me do more of these, or if you want me to review your trophy list, please hit me up in the comments. Just give me your PSN profile name, and I will make a video reviewing your trophy list. I'm never gonna be negative or anything. I think it's important to always be positive and pat people on the back for whatever games they play. So, you know, don't feel shy or anything. Please feel free to submit your PSN name to me, give me permission to do a trophy list review. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I hope this gave you some inspiration, because it definitely inspired me. And I hope you found some games that perhaps you think you can try and getting the platinum on. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel, and keep trophy hunting. Take care.